Hey, John with Agile Offroad. The heavy-duty scissor jack is finally here. We worked on this for some time now. This is a product that we've developed in partnership with AGM, and this is an amazing jack. This is very, very similar in design to the Hummer H1. Something that we've used, like on the sprinters and that. We beefed it up. We made it a lot stronger. The other thing we did is we made it to where it'll work with a drill. This is gonna save you. This is a design very, very similar to the Hummer H1, but we purpose built it. It's designed for heavier rigs with the taller tires. We got a big footprint on there, so it'll work in the sandy areas, out on the trail here and there, but you still want to make sure you're pretty damn flat. So this jack has a planetary gear in there, and it allows us to add more torque in this for picking up the heavier rigs. And what that'll enable you to do is turn this. What's cool about it is you can do all that with a drill. It's important you only use the drill. This one's an M18. You want an M18 or better. And we're gonna pop that on there. It's got a 1/2-inch drive here. And you just turn that puppy up. It'll jack the vehicle up. Now for your vehicle, you have different mounting points. With the jack, you can get these 3 types of adapter. You're gonna have this pin that goes in here, and that pin's gonna pop in there. It allows you either just a regular flat puck, or this saddle, and that saddle will allow you to go onto, like, say, a rear axle of the Sprinter, or a front and rear axle of a Jeep, or a INEOS Grenadier, any of those vehicles. So pretty compatible. It's very universal, work on a lot of applications. So let's take a look at how this thing works, and we're gonna jack up a couple of vehicles, and you can just see how quick it is and how easy it is to operate. All right guys, so let's slide the jack underneath. I'm gonna find a saddle point in there, and we're gonna jack up the jack and just see how fast this goes. Make sure to center it in there. Now this is an INEOS Grenadier, straight axle in the rear. And these weigh about a minimum of 6,000 pounds. So you can see what it did there, just popped it right up off the ground. And let's come back down. And we'll bring that thing all the way down, put it back in the bag after you've serviced your spare. All right, so we got the Agile Offroad Heavy-Duty Scissor Jack. And this is a Mercedes Sprinter, so this is one of the more common ones we get. What you want to do is you want to come out as far as possible. Now if you're in a situation where the tire, or if you have a dually and you can't get in this area, it's not the end of the world, you can come in here. But I'm going to come all the way out of here. And I got my drill. Come up in there. I'm going to put that right underneath it. And we're off the ground. Now typically these vans come in at about 10,000 pounds, so you're only going to want to be able to pull off one corner at a time when you're doing your tire replacement. But it's a pretty simple little thing. Just get in there. Again, we're using an M18 or better drill. Do not use an impact of any type on this. You will damage the planetary gear, and you will not be covered under warranty. So make sure you're using a drill. This has a 1/2-inch drive on it. Let's come down now. And we're down. Let's go ahead and put this guy all the way up. Let's see how high we can get this puppy. Not that you really want to do that. Typically you just want to get the vehicle off the ground high enough to where you can get the spare out and the new one on. Now we are going to come into a stop. You're going to notice on the shaft, on that Acme gear, there's going to be a stop in here. We don't want to go any further than this stop. If you hit that stop, you're done. Okay, we avoid hitting that stop if all else. Okay, so you can see we got this thing up pretty high. Let me grab a tape measure and I'll give you a measurement. Okay, so I've got my tape measure here. And we're right at 19 inches. So we're off the ground pretty good. This is a 285 tire. This tire is 5 inches clear of the ground. So good extension on this. And you can see it didn't really break a sweat. Let's go down. There you go. Let's go jack out the front so you can see how the front gets done. All right, so front of the Sprinter, it's a little bit trickier. So we're gonna come into this area right here and we're gonna pick up off of here. So it's important that you hit that landing pad pretty good. All right, so now I'm on that landing pad, let's go up. Okay, and we're off. So now you're gonna notice the front's gonna take a little bit more height for it to come off the ground because this has to droop out. So just bear that in mind, and it's important that you hit this landing area really good. So this is a 2020 type chassis with the 6 cylinders. The 4 cylinders are a little bit different. If you saw where Mercedes wanted you to pick it up, it's all the way up in this area up here in the front. And that's impossible. Your bottle jack is not going to pick that vehicle up off the ground. It's way, way, way up in there.